Have you ever looked into the eyes of someone you love and seen only anger, frustration, or distance staring back? Have you ever wondered how once loving partner became someone you no longer recognize? You asked yourself, should I confront them, leave them, endure it all in silence? Welcome back to the channel. It means so much to walk this journey of awareness and healing together with all of you. Today, we are going to explore one of the most challenging yet common human experiences, how to deal with a partner's emotional chaos through the lens of a deeply wise teaching given by an old Buddhist master. His answer is not what you might expect, but it might just change your life. The question was heartbreaking and familiar. Woman asked, "My husband used to be loving and gentle. After some time apart, I came home to a different man, angry, withdrawn, coming home late, barely speaking. What do I do?" Most of us would expect the master to give advice on communication, boundaries, or psychological strategies. Instead, he said gently, "You just recite the Buddha's name with sincerity." At first, this answer may sound passive, even absurd. Is that all? But beneath its simplicity lies a radical shift in perspective, a complete reframing of our role in conflict, pain, and relationships. Let's take a deep breath together and explore what this really means. First, the master wasn't saying, do nothing. He was saying, do the thing that changes you from the inside out. Do the thing that reconnects you to your center, your clarity, your strength. Do the thing that lifts you out of reaction and reactivity and places you firmly in wisdom and awareness. Act things in this case is reciting the Buddha's name, but it's more than just repeating words. It's a discipline of presence. It's a reminder of the bigger picture. It's an invitation to see beyond the personality of the moment and into the karma of lifetimes. The master then quoted a profound couplety that many spiritual practitioners in the East know well. Couples are karmic ties, sometimes loving, sometimes vengeful, always destined. Children are karmic debt, some we repay, some we collect, none without reason. Let that sink in. What if the person you married wasn't just a random life partner, but someone returning from a long karmic thread? What if your pain was not punishment, but an opportunity to resolve an ancient wound, not in them, but in you? What if the tension in your home isn't a personal failure, but a spiritual assignment? This is the shift the master offers. Instead of reacting with blame, fear, or desperation, he invites us to respond with clarity, equanimity, and spiritual intention. When your partner is angry, chant. When your partner is cold, chant. When the house feels like a battlefield, chant. Not because chanting is magic, but because it anchors your soul in something greater than the storm. This old master wasn't dismissing the woman's suffering. He was giving her the most powerful response available to a human being in pain. Return to the sacred, not as escapism, but as transformation. It's easy to say, why should I be the one to change? They're the one hurting me. But this keeps us stuck in the same cycle. It puts our peace in their hands, makes our healing conditional on their behavior. The Dharma teaches us a deeper truth. You cannot control others, but you can liberate yourself from suffering. That's the true power of just chant. Because chanting transforms you. Your anger softens. Your attachment releases. Your clarity returns. Your energy field shifts. And whether or not your partner changes, the storm within you begins to calm. This doesn't mean tolerating abuse. This doesn't mean losing your voice, but it does mean taking responsibility for your inner state. Because when your heart becomes still, even chaos loses its power. Let's take this further. The master reminded the woman, this world is not real. Only the Pure Land is real. Again, a seemingly otherworldly statement. But what does it really mean? It means everything here is impermanent, unpredictable, and ultimately beyond your control. To expect lasting satisfaction from this realm is to be perpetually disappointed, but that doesn't mean we abandon it. It means we engage with it from a place of wisdom, not attachment. That wisdom begins with understanding everything is karma. The partner who lashes out. Karma. The coldness in your home. Karma. Your suffering. Karma. Not as punishment, but as reflection. It's mirror, it's message, it's medicine. And when we begin to treat our relationships as spiritual practice, not as romantic fulfill, until we begin to grow in ways we never imagined. Let me share a story. A devoted woman spent her entire marriage enduring her husband's verbal abuse. She was called weak, but she wasn't. Every night, she sat by his side and softly chanted the Buddha's name, not for him to change, but for herself to remain whole. One night, her husband fell ill. In his final days, he said, "I never believed in your chanting, but every time you did it, I felt safe." And he whispered, "Can you chant for me one last time?" And as she chanted, he passed peacefully. Years later, she said, "My greatest joy wasn't that he changed, it was that I stayed kind." That's the fruit of true practice. Not control, not triumph, but transformation. The Master's message is this: your partner's behavior is not your fault, but your reaction is your opportunity. Your suffering is not meaningless, it's your teacher. Your home is not your prison, it's your practice hall. Your pain is not your enemy, it's your pathway. And chanting is simple, humble, consistent chanting is your anchor, your medicine, your resistance to despair. Because when the world outside is chaotic, the only real sanctuary is the temple within. So yes, your partner may not change, but you will. And that changes everything. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know this topic is deeply personal and often painful, but remember, you're not alone. If this teaching resonated with you, or if you've experienced something similar, please share your story in the comments. We are a community, and your voice matters. Subscribe, like, and help us keep spreading these teachings that bring clarity, compassion, and courage into everyday life. Until next time, stay centered, stay kind, stay connected to the light within you.